happy, it's your boy, Mr. CJU, and you still rocking in the Credit Mastery course. Now, I know that last video we kicked game on how you can leverage yourself with them bills with that credit, and that can work in personal and in business. So what we're going to talk about today is all my boys getting that paper. My boys getting that cash who come to me like, hey, Chris, I'm ready to build a house. I'm ready to make some big moves, but I know I got to get this credit going. And you have to start building it. Because see, here's the deal. All y'all boys getting that cash and you're going to get money, it can make you rich. But when we start talking about this credit stuff, this is wealth building. This is how we're going to build wealth though, because that cash can run out. But when you get your credit right, you get access to where you can start getting more things. And see, the deal is, this is really how the wealthy move. Not just because I'm speaking like something I just learned, it's because I have millionaire mentors that I actually watch do this. And I sit back and watch them build wealth by using other people's money. And I guarantee you the banks got more cash than you do. And the thing is, it seems like everybody else understand that, except my people. Asians understand it. Indians understand it. Of course, the whites understand it. The Jews understand it. And these other races, when they come over here, the first thing they do is they get their credit right. They go get their lines of credit or their business loan or whatever. They go open up their business in their community, circulate that money within their community, and then make that money go back and pay off the banks and then profit the money. It's really that simple, but they understand on how to get access to it. Now there's a point in time where my people did, as you can see here, shout out to Unity Wealth, early 1920, we had Black Wall Street. We had black people who knew how to go get access to funding and knew how to open up their own businesses and make stuff happen and circulating their money. And we fell from that because we want to integrate and be like everybody else and join other people's stuff. And we forgot to start building our own things in our own wealth and have ownership. And now we fell from that, but now we about to understand on how to get back to that. And I'm gonna teach you that with credit. You gotta build it up. So check this out. My high rollers with all that cash that's doing nothing for you in your checking account, or I don't care if you got in the shoebox or wherever you got that cash, move it over to credit so it can start working for you so you can build payment history. Because they can't see what you're doing with that cash. They don't know if you're trustworthy, so they won't give you access to anything, even when you're trying to buy that house. You know what I'm saying? They won't give you the mortgage loan unless they see payment history. So let's just say you got $1,500 sitting around, chop it up. Let's take $500 cash, because you got the cash, and let's move it over to a secured credit card. You can go apply for secured credit card so you don't have money, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna ask for a deposit. That's what a secured credit card pretty much is. They're gonna take the money that you have, which is your cash, and they're gonna use that as collateral for the credit card, because they don't know, they looking at your credit profile, they don't know if you're trustworthy, they don't know if you're gonna pay it back because you don't have any established credit. So what they're saying is, if you don't pay it back, we're gonna use your cash that you put on the card to cover whatever you don't pay. So they usually start off about $200, $300. You can start off with getting them type of secured cards. But let's just say you got the bread, you ain't even tripping. So you just take $500, go open up a secured card. You can open up one with, let's say you open it up with Bank of America. You could take another $500, go get another secured line card. And let's say you do this one with Discover. A lot of people like Capital One, that's cool too, it don't matter. And you can take another $500, move that over, and let's say you rock with a credit union. We need to start rocking with a credit union. Credit union is really good, they got low interest and all that good stuff that come with it when you establish. Now you don't necessarily need 3 secured cards. One will work if you play the method right, what I'm gonna go into how to do it, but if you have no credit going, the more trade lines you have, the better. So if you just got the cash, if you just got, $1,500 sitting, I'm talking to the boys who got their cash, why not just turn all that cash into secured card? This is your money. You didn't lose the $1,500, you still got it. All you did was just transfer it over to a card. So what you did is, by moving your cash into these cards, you're about to start establishing relationships with these guys. I don't care who the bank is, you want to establish the relationship with them. So that's what you're doing. because the cash ain't doing nothing in your checking account. You want the relationship. So you don't need 3. I would suggest as many as you can and get it going. So what you would do is, with these secure cards, you got 500 on there. So now you have $500 that went from cash to 1,500 credit limit. Because the money you use is now credit limit. So now you have 3 trade lines. You went from nothing at first. You came to CJU, got you some coaching, got you some game. Now you got 3 trade lines reporting. These 3 trade lines are now giving you a full total limit of 1,500, and that's what's put on your credit. That's a good way to start. 1,500. That's cool. If you got more cash, I would say do more. It don't matter. Now, what you do with these cards is you play the little credit game. This ain't for play. This ain't to go shop and acting a fool. For what? This is to play the game. So you just take this one right here, this one, and you just use this. They just throw this over here. You just do this for gas or something. When you gas, you filling up your tank anyways. You using your debit card, or you probably taking the cash out to pay for your gas. Don't do that no more. Use your secure card to get your gas. So the $25 that you filling up with, $30, swipe your card with it. And then go back, you still got your debit card, your checking account. When you put the gas on the secure card, go back with your debit card and pay it off the secure card. Just pay it off. I mean, you can use this one for the same thing when you just run to the store. You know what I'm saying? I use my Discover Secure card. Hey man, I just, when I go to the store, swipe that card, buy me a couple little small things, come back with your debit card and just pay it off. And this one you could just use for a little bill or something, a little expense that you use. Just use that for a little bill. You can throw your phone bill on there, something small, or whatever expenses you're doing, because I know you're making moves out here. But just stop making moves with that cash and get you some transactional history and swipe that card. Now, after you swipe these cards for a little small purchases, $25, $30, $50 here and there, like I said, you go back and pay it off. Each month that you do that, you're getting payment history. Payment. I gotta write this down because this is big. Payment history. This is about 35% of your credit profile, your credit score. You see what I'm saying? And you want this reporting. So each month that they see that you are paying this balance off in full, you're making payments, this is going up and up and up. You know what I'm saying? Your payment is going to stay 100%, but your credit score is going to look good every month. The little credit score is going to go up, go up, go up. And you already doing this anyways. That's what I explained last video. You already making purchases anyways. Why don't you go ahead and make it work for you? And that's what this is going to do. These lines of credit that you've created are going to work for you. And like I say, secure card, just go to the bank, say, hey, I got some cash. I want to start building my credit. I have some money to do so, because they might not give you the money. And then you put it on there, they're going to give it to you clear as day. Now, this is what happens when you do this. Now, let's say you do that strategy back and forth for each card, month to month, taking it easy, not missing no payments, paying attention. You can even put the secure cards, just put them on auto payment to take out from your checking account, so you ain't got to worry about it. So when you do this for about 6 months, 6 months of doing so, 3 to 6 months of doing so, what's gonna happen is all 3 of those, let's say all 3 of those cards, what's gonna happen is they're gonna go from secured over to unsecured after about 6 months. It could be a little longer, but usually around 6 months to a year or something like that. Sometimes I've seen stuff in 3 months come off, but let's just say 6 months is the medium to a year. So after that, a secure card goes to unsecured with the bank. What unsecured means is they're going to take your deposit that you gave, they're going to give it back to you and give you the unsecured, meaning we'll just give you the credit. You don't have to use your collateral against it anymore. So what happens is those 3 cards, these 3 secured, 3 here, 3 here, each one of those banks will be like, hey man, we see that you did good by us for 6 months. And you took care of your business, you was never late, here's the deposit back. We want to offer you the unsecured line of, let's say both will say, we'll give you $2K. And the other card, They be like, hey man, you did good, whatever, we'll shoot you $1,000. And let's just say the credit union will be like, hey, I really like you, I'll shoot you $3K. And those small numbers, the numbers could really be bigger, you know what I'm saying, depending on what's going on and how the bank feeling, but I'm just gonna use these small numbers. So we just generated quickly 6K. Just that quick. 6K of unsecured credit card that you just generated into your pocket, and then you put the $1,500 back in your pocket. So you just generated $6,000 worth of unsecured credit limit from the bank. Just like that. On top of that, you've created payment history, which is making your score go up, and you need that to get going because the cash ain't helping you in your checking account. This is how you want to get going. So when you get 3 lines of unsecured with them, like I told you before, more banks are going to start soliciting to you. You can start getting all type of different cards. You play this game, you play the same game you play with the secured, with the unsecured, and then, like I told you, you start doubling these limits. You can turn this 2K into 4K, 1K into 2K, 3K into this next. So now when you're ready to go make your moves, whether you want to purchase a house or purchase anything, they can now see that you are trustworthy because you've been doing this for a while. But see, you out here moving with all that cash, no lender can tell if you're trustworthy or not. They just can't tell. So all you did by doing this quick little step was you turned $1,500 over to $6,000 and generated payment history and helped your credit. Just like that. Now, this is how you get started. And you do this for an amount of time, get more cards, get more access to credit, and then you can begin to leverage yourself. So that's what I want to tell all my big ballers out there who got the cash and don't really know what to do with it, know which way to move. Just do this quick little strategy, and this can make a big difference as you start growing and growing into your credit profile. Start here and get going, man. We're gonna come back with a lot more with this game on how to build your credit profile so your big spenders can know how to leverage it and keep moving forward in their life. Holla at your boy, Mr. CJU. Hap.